Drama alert, football fam! The summer window is getting spicy and we've got three massive sagas heating up the pitch. Alexander Isak under pressure at Newcastle, Rodrygo questioning his future at Real Madrid, and Benjamin Sesko, could he be Manchester United's new number 9? Liverpool, Arsenal, Al Hilal, Barcelona, United. Everyone's in the mix. Transfer twists, agent leaks and clubs sweating bullets. You do not want to miss this one. So buckle up, hit that like button and let's dive into the wildest summer transfer updates yet. Alright football fans, buckle up because we've got another transfer twist straight out of Madrid. Rodrygo goes. Where exactly? Well, that's what Liverpool, Arsenal and apparently half of Europe are trying to figure out. And yes, Fabrizio Romano just dropped a fresh update, so you know it's getting serious. Here's the situation. Rodrygo, Real Madrid's Brazilian baller, is currently soaking up the sun on holiday, but things are heating up back home. Despite being locked in at Madrid until 2028, he's starting to wonder if he's going to be that guy under new boss Xabi Alonso, or just another name left warming the bench. Remember, he didn't play a single minute at the Club World Cup, not one. That's got alarm bells ringing and eyebrows raising even from Rodrygo himself. Now, according to the ever-reliable Romano, Rodrygo's crunch talks with Madrid are coming fast. And get this, Real are reportedly open to a sale if Rodrygo decides he wants out. The price tag? A cool £86 million just to start the conversation. Meanwhile, Liverpool are lurking and they've already made contact with Rodrygo's people. With Luis Diaz potentially off to Bayern Munich and the front line getting a summer shake-up, Rodrygo's versatility is sounding pretty good to Klopp's crew. And don't sleep on Arsenal either. They've had talks earlier in the summer, yes, they're still laser-focused on Victor Gyökeres, but Rodrygo? He's definitely on the radar as a separate project. Especially with the Gunners still building up that wide attack, Noni Madueke or not. Oh, and just to stir the pot a little more, Barcelona have entered the chat. Of course they have. No solid moves yet, but the interest is real. So what now? According to Romano, it all comes down to that Madrid meeting. Rodrygo's not pushing for a move yet, but he's not sticking around just to ride the bench either. If he doesn't get promises of serious game time, we could see this transfer explode very quickly. Is he headed to Anfield, the Emirates, or is this just a summer drama that fizzles out? Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Rodrygo worth £86 million? Should Madrid keep him, or is this the perfect time to cash in? Drama alert, football fam. Alexander Isak might just be the hottest name in this summer's transfer madness, and things are heating up fast. So here's the tea. Newcastle United have been shouting from the rooftops, Isak's not for sale. But guess what? The vultures are circling. Liverpool, Arsenal. Even Saudi giants Al Hilal are reportedly sniffing around like it's an all-you-can-eat striker buffet. Now, you'd think Liverpool's almost done deal for Eberechi Eze would take some heat off Isak, right? Wrong. Reports say the Reds are still lurking in the background like that one ex who can't let go. But wait, there's a twist in the tale. Arsenal, yep, the Gunners are said to be eyeing a sudden switch to Isak after hitting a big old wall in their pursuit of Victor Gyökeres. The vibes? This switch makes sense, says the Independent. And Newcastle? Well, let's just say they're sweating bullets. Word on the street is, Isak's head might be turned. Yup, his agent just told Saudi outlet Al-Arabiya that the striker's next step may be close. Translation? Something's cooking behind the scenes. And even Alan Pardew jumped into the chat, telling TalkSport, it looks like the player's affected. Has his head been turned? I'd say probably yes. Newcastle boss Eddie Howe isn't playing around either. He's reportedly pulled Isak out of the equation, a tactical move to keep the locker room from turning into a Netflix drama series. But let's be honest, when big money and Premier League giants come calling, things get messy. The question is, will Isak stay loyal to the Magpies, or is he ready to fly the coop? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is Isak gone, or will Newcastle keep their star man? Manchester United might finally be making moves, and this one's got some serious heat. RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, yeah. The towering, lightning-quick, muscular Saxon striker, their words not mine, is now firmly in the Red Devils' crosshairs. And get this, reports say United have intensified their pursuit. That's right, they're not just window shopping anymore. Now let's be honest, United were woeful last season. Finished 15th in the league, yes, 15th. Only 4 teams scored fewer goals. Let that sink in. Between Højlund and Xerxes, just 7 league goals. Combined, brutal. And surprise, surprise, at least one of those 2 is getting shipped out this summer. INEOS and the new regime want a proven goalscorer, and Sesko is suddenly looking like the guy. Now here's where it gets juicy. Arsenal were all over Sesko earlier this summer, but then they ghosted. Leipzig wouldn't lower their price, so the Gunners walked and pivoted to Victor Gyökeres. Enter Manchester United again. They've had their eye on Sesko since he was 16, back when he was still at Domzal. Tried to get him before Leipzig swooped in last year too. But now, here's the ace-up United sleeve Christopher Vivell. Their director of recruitment used to work in the Red Bull system. Yep, he knows Sesko personally, helped develop the pipeline. And that connection? That's United's one advantage, according to reports. Now, don't get too excited just yet. There are no official negotiations going on at this stage, not yet, and Leipzig won't make it easy. His release clause is between €70 and €80 million, and they're not in the mood to hand out discounts. Tough talks ahead. Fabrizio Romano confirmed Sesko's name is being internally discussed at Old Trafford. But United still need to figure out what's happening with the likes of Sancho, Antony and Garnacho before they splash the cash. Not to mention, Marcus Rashford is already gone. So here's the question. Will United finally go all in for a top striker like Sesko? Or will this just be another name on the almost signed list? Let me know what you think. Is Sesko the real deal, or should United be aiming elsewhere? Alright folks, hold on to your seats because Chelsea's transfer window just went from hot to scorching. We're talking club-to-club talks, hijack attempts, wild wage demands, and yes, surprise twists worthy of a soap opera. So here's the scoop. Chelsea are now officially stepping into the Xavi Simons race, and according to the ever-reliable Fabrizio Romano, things are about to get real. The Dutch star's been looking for the exit at RB Leipzig after they flopped their Champions League qualification, and he's reportedly cracked the door open for a move to Stamford Bridge. That's right, after some direct contact with his camp, Chelsea have convinced Simons to consider putting on blue next season. Club-to-club talks? Scheduled. Leipzig? Bracing themselves. Price tag? Around £61 million. But here's the kicker, Chelsea need to sell before they buy, so if you're a Felix, and Nkunku or a Jackson, don't get too comfortable. Meanwhile, Arsenal are still lurking in the background like that quiet kid in the corner who ends up pulling off the biggest flex. They're interested too, but they've got their hands full trying to land Victor Gyökeres, assuming they don't get gazumped by someone else before the ink dries. Now let's talk about Eze, yes, Eberechi Eze, who looked like he was heading to Stamford Bridge until Chelsea had what we'll politely call a change of heart. Apparently, they were shocked at his wage demands. Word is, he asked for a sizable packet, and Chelsea were like, "Hold on, you're how old again?" On top of that, Palace want the full release clause paid up front, no instalment plan, no fancy financial gymnastics. Chelsea said, "Yeah, we're going to think about that, probably forever." So, long story short, the A's deal is now on life support, with insiders calling it unlikely, though the interest is still there, barely. And oh, just to keep the chaos going, Arsenal might miss out on Rodrygo, their so-called dream target, because Liverpool decided to crash the party and opened talks with Real Madrid. Classic summer window plot twist. Bottom line? Chelsea are pushing for Xavi Simons. Arsenal are juggling targets like circus performers. Eze wants the bag. And somewhere in all this, Leipzig are sitting back and waiting for the bidding war to explode. And there you have it, Isak's future in the balance, Rodrygo weighing his next move and Sesko turning heads in Manchester. This window's moving fast, and trust me, the twists are far from over. So I've got to ask, who's making the best move this summer? Is Isak gone? Should Rodrygo really leave Madrid? And is Sesko the striker United desperately need? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'm reading everything. Smash that like if you're loving the transfer chaos. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a twist in the saga. Until next time, stay sharp, stay passionate, and remember in football, anything can happen.